So for instance, if you have a less than sign in your problem and you're solving for x and you end up dividing by -1, then when you do that division by -1, you need to flip the direction of the sign. Or if you're multiplying by -6, then you need to flip the direction of the sign. If you originally had a problem with a less than or equal to sign and you multiply or divide by any negative number, then you need to change this the other direction. Right? If you started with something this way, then you're going to be going the other way. So it's the same sort of thing. So you need to flip the direction of that. Now that's not going to make a whole lot of sense until we actually do some problems. First of all, let's ask ourselves, why do we need to flip the direction of the sign? A lot of students are like, why do we have to do that? Well, let's take a look at why do we have to flip the direction of the sign. Let's take a look at a simple inequality. 5 is greater than 3. Is this a true statement or not? Well, if you think about a number line, the number 5 is greater than the number 3, so this is actually true. So I'm going to write that this is true. All right. Now let's multiply the whole thing by -1. Now, just like equations, if you do it to one side of the inequality, you have to do it to the other side. So when we actually do this, we'll multiply -1 times the 5, right? Keep the same exact sign of the inequality, the same for now anyway. And then we multiply -1 on the other side. What will we get? Well, we'll get -5 over here. We'll get -3 over here. So here all we did is we took the original inequality, we multiplied both sides by -1, which is totally legal. We left the sign alone. Now let me ask you this. Is -5 larger than -3? And if you're not sure, let's look at a number line. So here's 0, here's -3, here's -5. What you have here is -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Now, let me ask you this. Is this -5, this guy, bigger than -3? No, because going the direction to the left on the number line is always smaller numbers. -5 is not bigger than -3. It's never bigger than -3. It's smaller than -3. So the only way this inequality works is if you flip it around like this. -5 is actually, whoops, I did the wrong thing. You have to flip it around. So it'd be -5 smaller than -3, or -5 less than -3. So we flip the direction of the sign as we did the multiplication. Now ask yourself, is -5 less than -3? Well, yes, -5 is less than -3, so this is true. So I guess I want to drill it in your head. If you start multiplying, in this case we multiplied by -1, but we might have multiplied by -6, or we might have divided by -2, or any negative number you multiply or divide on both sides, you better flip the sign, otherwise it's totally false, right? So let me put false right here. And we have to flip that sign. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the next page, and we'll do a couple of problems, and you'll see what I'm talking about through practical examples. What if you had the inequality n minus 4 greater than 11? And we want to solve this inequality. So what you do is you pretend the inequality isn't even there. You treat it like an equal sign for now, and you solve it just like you solve equations. So you want to get n by himself on one side, so you have to add 4 to both sides. So if we add 4 to the left, it'll cancel, just giving us n. The greater than sign stays the same. On the right-hand side, you have 11 plus 4. All we did was add 4 to both sides. So what you have is n is greater than 15. N is greater than 15. So this is how you check this. And if you want to just verify it, take a look at the number line. This would be a graph of the solution to this inequality. So here's, like, for instance, 12, 13, 14, 15. Way over to the left, way over here is 0 somewhere. So this is a greater than symbol, so it's an open circle. Anything greater than 15 is a solution to this. So that means 15 and a half, 16, 16.2, 16.25, 17, 18, 19, and so on. And so let's just pick a number. Let's pick 16. Stick 16 in here. 16 minus 4 is 12, and 12 is greater than 11. So you see, any number bigger than 15 that you put in here is going to satisfy this inequality. Just like with equations, you get the answer, you can plug it back in and check it. With inequalities, you can plug values in and check them also, just like we just did. All right. Now notice in this case, all we did was add 4 to the left and add 4 to the right. So the sign, the symbol, stayed exactly the same. So basically, you leave this inequality symbol alone throughout the process. The only time you flip it is if you multiply or divide by -1. For instance, let's say we have the problem, negative y over 2 is greater than 4. So we want to get y by himself. Pretend for now that this were an equal sign. How would you get y by itself? Well, you have the 1/2 here, 2 on the bottom, so you'd have to multiply left and right by 2. And to get rid of the negative sign, really you'd be multiplying left and right by -2. That would kill the negative on the left, and it would kill the 2 on the left. So let's do that. So what we have here on the left is negative y over 2. We're going to multiply the left-hand side of this inequality by 2. On the right-hand side, you have a 4. You have to multiply him by -2. So all we did was multiply this quantity by -2, multiply this quantity by -2. Notice that we have a greater than symbol here because we're multiplying, and it also works the same for division, by a negative number. Then we have to flip the sign. So now this sign must point the other direction. If you don't flip the sign around, you're going to get the totally opposite answer. So on the left-hand side, you have this, the negatives cancel because they multiply to give you positives. The 2's cancel, so all you have left on the left is y less than -8. Y is less than -8. That's the solution. So that's what you would circle, just like up here, this is what you would circle. And if you needed to graph it, because sometimes in a lot of problems they tell you to go ahead and graph the solution to the inequality, this is 0. You know, let's say this is -5, so this is -8. I'm not writing every number down, but since y is less than -8, not less than or equal to, just less than, it's an open circle. Anything less than that should be a valid solution, anything to the left like this. So that means -9, -10, -11. So let's take -10, for instance, and stick it in there. If we put -10 up here, -10, then the 10 divided by 2 is 5. And negative times negative is positive, so you get +5 over here on the left. +5 is greater than 4. So you see, as you pick any number larger negative than, or I should say smaller than -8, like -9, -10, -11, -12, and so on to -infinity, it's always going to satisfy this. And you should pick a few values to verify that. So that's all I want to cover in this section. It's kind of an introduction to solving inequalities. We're going to solve a lot more additional problems to give you practice. The bottom line is you treat it exactly as you have done solving all of your equations. You can add and subtract whatever you want to both sides of an inequality. You can multiply and divide whatever you want on both sides of the inequality. The only problem is if you multiply or divide by a negative number, you better flip the direction of that inequality at that step in your solution. And then you'll always get the right answer. So make sure you can solve these. Follow me on to the next lesson and we'll get some more practice.
Learn anything at mathandscience.com.